Hello, professional wrestling fans. Dameon Nelson of the Pro Wrestling Report coming to you here from the PWR studios, and welcome to this edition of PWR Express. Got a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. First off, tragedy, of course, strikes the Gagne family. The death of the housemate of Verne Gagne has been ruled a homicide. No charges have been filed yet. However, this saga will, of course, get a little more interesting as the days go on. This is truly an unfortunate situation. If you don't recall from our last update, Verne Gagne been sequestered in a home for a little while and was in some altercation with another person there. Threw that person down. That person suffered an injured hip and died as a result of those injuries. So this is obviously a dynamic situation, one that is continuing to develop. We'll bring you updates as they become available. Coming up this Monday night, we're going to have some detailed discussion on our ESPN radio show, which can be listened to at pwrshow.com Monday night right after WWE Raw, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Detailed discussion about Randy Orton. Again, this past week on Raw, you really saw some tremendous character development in addition to the final admission by WWE that Triple H is married to Stephanie McMahon. This is really a storyline that is taken off and showing the character depth and the storyline depth that exists in WWE over TNA. So we'll have a lot more discussion on that, so be sure to call in this upcoming Monday. Also, speaking of discussion, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of discussion on TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, especially after this past Thursday's Impact, where we saw a lot of unique things happen. Quite frankly, some intriguing things happen as well. Samoa Joe returning, legendary is his brutality, and showing, using a knife actually, in threatening Scott Steiner, which was a bit of a cheesy angle and promo, but it just, how do you, having a wrestler attack another with a knife in a dressing room is a bit extreme for my taste. I don't think it really had a good place. I think it told a good story, but it really didn't have a good place. And I don't think it was sold enough. I don't think we got to a point of believability enough with that particular angle or that particular scene to make it believable. Additionally, you got that whole Mie Tenay, Don West situation, which again has sparked some interest, but really came out of nowhere. Where's the backstory? What more are we going to get for that? Why should we be emotionally involved? Because arguably, not many are emotionally involved with Don West. TNA could be taking a cue from some of the successful things they've done in WWE. The Jim Ross situation from 1996 and 1999 when he was involved in the angle with Vince McMahon, and then with his injury, or not his injury, but his illness of Bell palsy as well, really put JR on the map and made him as legendary as he is today. Additionally, you've seen Michael Colgan involved with a lot of angles, Taz, Jerry Lawler. I think TNA taking the card out of the WWE's deck as it pertains to that. Destination X setting up to be a really interesting pay-per-view. Obviously, the return of the Ultimate X. TNA offering travel packages to Philadelphia for that event. I said Destination X, I'm sorry. Lockdown is coming up where they're offering the travel packages to the show. But Destination X, the next pay-per-view where the Ultimate X match returns. And it's funny, Dixie Carter recently makes a statement saying TNA is going to be focusing on the X division, yet Sanjay Dutt and P.D. Williams are gone. Speaking of Sanjay Dutt, rumor has it WWE has indeed listened to him and may be expressing interest in bringing him on board to World Wrestling Entertainment. They see the value in him, obviously, because why do you think the Great Khali is still around? He's their hook in India. Sanjay Dutt was TNA's hook in India as well. Bringing him aboard simply will get WWE more opportunities to have that Indian influence, if you will, which is smart for an international company. WWE obviously a little worried about what TNA may bring to the table as their international business continues to expand tremendously. A threat could be seen overseas from TNA to WWE. Fans coming up this Monday night, as well as I mentioned before, PWR on ESPN Radio. Bill and Doug will debut their first segment on that show, Bill and Doug Uncut, and that'll be right high at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you call in, tune in, and listen to their very opinionated statements on professional wrestling. Looking forward to it on this upcoming Monday show. PWR TV also will return next week with a brand new episode of the Pro Wrestling Report television show. So Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all of you coming to the website. Last month, another record month on the website with hundreds of thousands of you visiting each and every week. So we appreciate that, and we'll continue to expand the website, pwrshow.com, to make it as user-friendly and as interactive as possible. For the Pro Wrestling Report, Dameon Nelson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday night at PWR and ESPN Radio, and then next Wednesday at pwrshow.com for a brand new episode of PWR TV.